I think Obama lied about aliens last night on the Colbert Show or wherever the hell Colbert is doing his thing now. He says he doesn't know anything about aliens. There's no aliens, and he also says he wants to like be the emissary for Earth if there was aliens. Let's go ahead and watch this.
Earlier this year, you said of aliens,
yes,
quote, "They're real, but I haven't seen them." Then you tried to walk it back the next day. You know, no one believed you, right? Because that first one had the ring of truth. It was just a guy just finally letting it out. And then the next day you're like, well, what I meant was, I'm sure that somewhere out there, given the infinite, nature of the universe, no one buys that. Just come clean, man. You don't
I'm agreeing with Colbert right now. Holy shit.
want to tarnish a reputation for just like frankness and honesty at this point of your career.
Oh, Lord.
Sir, at long last.
He's keeping it real. Don't tarnish your reputation with being dishonest. And we're going to cover some things after this. I'm not just shooting from the hip when I say I think he's lying about what he knows. But
Won't you just...
I thought it was so obvious what I meant.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Oh, it was obvious what you meant. And we all got the message.
Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
For those of you who still think that, we've got little green men underground somewhere.
Yeah.
One of the things you learn as president is government is terrible at keeping secrets. This idea of conspiracy.
that alone is kind of bullshit, right? The government's hella good at keeping secrets. The Epstein files were kept secret for a long time. There's so many things that are kept secret that we don't learn about until like decades later, and they're declassified, and we still only learn like half truths about it. Oh, the government's bad at keeping secrets. See, now I feel like he's just totally lying, right? In the chat, do you think the government's good at keeping secrets or bad at keeping secrets? Let me know.
You learn as president is government is terrible at keeping secrets. This idea of conspiracy theories, if there were aliens or alien spaceships or anything under the control of the United States government that we knew about, seen, photographs, what have you, I promise you, some guy guarding the installation would have taken a selfie with one of the aliens and sent it to his girlfriend.
I'm gonna run it back again right there.
We're aliens. Government is terrible at keeping secrets. This idea of conspiracy theories, if there were aliens or alien spaceships or anything under the control of the United States government that we knew about, seen, photographs, what have you.
So notice that if there were alien spaceships that we had seen, that's what he says. I'm gonna play a clip after that debunks this shit. I'm gonna have to do a side-by-side clip on X of this.
I promise you, some guy guarding the installation would have taken a selfie with one of the aliens and sent it to his girlfriend to impress him. It would leak.
Or there'd be like hints. There'd be like certain hints out there, like a presidential center would look like a scout ship that's just come down from low orbit and landed in Chicago. That would happen, something like that.
It could happen.
Yeah, another great point. Genome says, no, they keep secrets very good. I'm convinced this is Manhattan Project 2.0. And yeah, the Manhattan Project is another great example of like pretty good at keeping secrets, bro.
Okay.
And
do you wish they were real?
I actually do. All right, I'm putting in a plug now.
Okay.
First Contact. I think I would be a good emissary for the planet.
To represent me.
Yeah, I mean, I've got.
I don't know. Obama's all right, but like the fact that he like lied about, in my opinion, he just lied, and then he's going to like let me be the guy. And I saw somebody on XA too, like they hope that maybe like Trump uses this opportunity to truth mog Obama, which maybe let's play into that. Let's feed into that. Let's make that a thing. Let's manifest that.
Diverse background, some experience in statecraft and diplomacy. I'm friendly.
Okay. Yeah.
So I actually think, I could do a pretty good job. All right.
That's a good pitch.
Yeah.
We will keep that in mind. Thank you so much.
All right, let's run that part back right here again.
Around somewhere.
Yeah.
One of the things you learn as president is government is terrible at keeping secrets. This idea of conspiracy theories, if there were aliens or alien spaceships or anything under the control of the United States government that we knew about, seen, photographs, what have you, I promise you, some guy guarding the installation would have taken a selfie.
So let's juxtapose that. He said even seeing photographing with what he said a few years ago.
When it comes to aliens, there's some things I just can't tell you. There are there's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain how they moved, their trajectory. They did not have an easily explainable pattern. And so, I think that people still take seriously trying to investigate and figure out what that is.
Doesn't that kind of seem at odds with what you just said? And also, let's shout out Probe Space. Appreciate you grinding for us. Thank you, Probe Space. Probe Space has created another website kind of akin to the UFO timeline, but they're doing good stuff. Go check them out on their website and on X. I think they have a link to their website there, kind of like breaking down a lot of this UFO information into like a nice like infographic type site to help kind of help make sense of it. So definitely go check them out. We definitely appreciate the super chat. Does anyone else think that those were at odds? I kind of feel like they were at odds. Maybe I'm just like, I don't know.
Records of there's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain how they moved, their trajectory. They did not have an easily explainable pattern. And so
somebody else, another good one in the chat, Inward says, oh wait, actually, sorry. Stillaway says he's producing the Betty and Barney Hill movie. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they still are, or at least they were at one time. So I don't know, it just kind of feels incongruent what they said too. Another data point. How could we forget Tom DeLonge, right? With Podesta, they were working on this whole 2017 rollout. Now, Tom DeLonge has multiple times made the point of noting that, like, a lot of the times when this is framed that, like, Tom DeLonge was working with John Podesta, who was Clinton's chief of staff, Obama's head staffer at the White House, and then Hillary Clinton's campaign manager. A lot of the times when people talk about this, they frame it in Tom DeLonge was working with John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, because at the time the WikiLeaks broke, it was the 2016 presidential campaign. But in many interviews, Tom DeLonge said, no. When I was meeting with him, this wasn't during the Clinton era. This was still during the Obama administration. And this was all in the White House. So you have one of Obama's top dudes here literally meeting and working on all this disclosure rollout stuff. So I just personally think Obama was lying there. I don't know why he was lying there. I hope we could manifest and coerce Trump to try and truth mog Obama on this. Playing into the ego, I'll take it. If we have to play into people's egos to get disclosure, why not? You'll be the best president ever, Trump. Do it. Okay.